Okay, thank you very much, dear Nada Ratkovic. This is M Akkas Ali from Bangladesh, the founder of Global Friends Club. Actually, Global Friends Club is a virtual platform working globally on the education, peace, humanity, loves and friendship, as well as working on sustainable development goals also. So we are very happy to hear with all of you. Our today's session is very important session that is inclusive education, share approaches and learning methods. We are going to learn from our prominent speakers who is from many countries around the world. I sincerely welcome all our speakers, and I think I have to say one thing about our moderator. She is Tania Simons. Unfortunately, she will not be able to join with us today. That's why I heartily request to our today's guest of honor, Professor Dr. Nada Ratkovic. Also, you will become a moderator for this today's session. It's my request to you. I would like to say one thing more about our country's situation. I request to all of you for pray for me and also our population who have been affected by the flood. You know, a big side of Bangladesh, northeast side, are submerged due to the flood. So around 100 people's already been died due to the flood, and millions of people submerged already and struggling to overcome. Also, our government supporting them, but it's very critical to come back. So pray for me as well as we are human. Thank you. Now, I would not like to longer my speech. We are going to start the session with Dr. Inga Kharchilava. I want to invite to Dr. Inga Kharchilava. Please carry on. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Waqas. Thanks a lot. Hello, everyone. I'm Inga Kharchilava from Georgia. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is an amazing and important day for me, for Global Friends Club, and of course, for us. I'm glad to see you, and we are together today again. We continue to study together and share your knowledge, which is other. We grow up together and try to build a new education world. I am greeting to all great speakers. It is most important for me to meet all speakers, meet together and listen most important things for them. This is really important issue. Today, we have very also important topic, inclusive education. We are waiting a lot of interesting speech from you. Thank you to Mr. Waqas, founder of Global Friends Club, for this opportunity. It is really meaningful issue for all. We study and also distribute light around the world, do an amazing job. I also welcome our amazing and wonderful person, moderator, speaker, and today's conference guest, Professor Dr. Nada Ratkovic from Croatia. Thank you very much, dear sister. You always support us. You are most welcome. God bless you. Okay, thank you so much to all the participants from all over the world. Thank you for your support and activities. Thanks a lot. Many thanks to the Global Friends team for the excellent and organizing work, Maria Mamagulashvili and Inga Chaplitze. Thanks. Thanks a lot, and I wish you good luck, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So now it's the time to start. Thank you, Inga. Thank you, dear M Akkas, our founder, our Global Friends Club. Thank you, dear Inga, the CEO, for this great opportunity. Today, me, Nada Ratkovic, will be a moderator. And today, first, I will start. And again, I want to say to everyone, welcome. Welcome to the International Conference on Inclusive Education, Approaches and Learning Methods. This is the event for all the educators around the world. And as our Dr. Inga said, it is today a very, very important topic. First, let's pray for all the people, for the sick, for their health. And like SMS Akkas said, we need to pray for all to be good. What to say today about inclusive education? We know that it is a educational approach. We can say it is a modern educational approach, and inclusive education has its main objectives like all. And it needs to ensure equal access for all students, for all pupils to have educational good, because that is our mission and vision as educators. And we need all to overcome that structural things and stereotypes of the system, because we know in which system we live, and we know that any change is very hard to make. So we are change makers, and we are giving our best to support all our students, and our students with special needs, and our gift students, because they need to be appreciated, recognized, and they need to have a quality education. And we know that SDG 4 is quality education. And why it is very important? Because all the students are not the same. The system needs to make, and it is our mission as professors, we need to make for each our student to their needs, because it is not same to make a lesson, to use a method for a student who is not able to learn. And we know that first is understanding, then remembering, the third is analyzing. And you know that students with special needs can't understand you, and even remember anything. So for the students, we need to give our best. That is a big challenge for us. And if we talk about the general schools, it needs to be improved in the primary school, in the high school, and then on the university. The school and classrooms always have that students with disabilities and without disabilities. Sometimes people, almost of us, were asking ourselves, is it better to put them all in the same classroom? I think that students will feel very isolated if they learn alone. But for us, it is very hard to make a full attention on 24 persons and maybe on 3. So we need to make and we need to have a lessons for that students. Maybe, please, can you mute yourself, please?
tylko dziewczyny żoną. Podzirna żoną.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, dear.
At all. I mute all. Okay. We will talk more later. I would like to call today our first speaker. He is our famous Professor Naveen Gupta. Professor Naveen Gupta is coming from India. He is a educationist. He's a winner of many national ICT awards from the Ministry of Education India. He is a teacher who is very dedicated and devoted for the enrichment of his students, which includes students and teachers from some reputed schools and colleges. Professor Gupta vastly experienced in the field of computer education, and he is passionate about the innovatives. What it means? It means that he is impacting education, and he is mentoring and helping the students for everything and reaching the success in the chosen fields. He is versed in many fields in art of the students with a goal-oriented and dream-driven motivation. His exceptional leadership, he has great leadership skills. He is giving that to his students as national as well, very involved in the international competitions. He has a big talent, and we know that because our dear Professor Naveen Gupta is always with us, and we are cooperating all together. And he can make a lot of changes in the India education. Why? Because he's a part of the curriculum development, and we know that this inclusive education needs to be involved in our curriculum. Professor Naveen Gupta, the stage is yours. Welcome. Professor Naveen? Did we lose him? I think that we lose him. Professor Gupta. Okay, he is not now with us, so we are going further. Professor Nana, are you here?
She's not here, dear.
Okay, we are going to our great lady, Professor Shelly Bisht. Dr. Shelly Bisht, are you here?
Yes, my dear Nada, I am very much here and I am glad to participate in this conference.
Yes, I want to introduce our great Dr. Shelly Bisht. She is very, very famous and she is an amazing educator. She's passionate, dynamic, enthusiastic, creative nation builder with more than 2 decades of experience with a will to foster holistic education and to learn to children at the secondary school. She wants to utilize her dedications to foster quality education acquired for child's development. She wants to develop and promote creativity and high-order thinking skills that increase the performance of the students, and she wants to offer endless opportunities for career growth to keep up with the cutting-edge educational technologies. She would like to leverage her extrovert and dynamic approach in teaching students. With her great administrative and coordination skills, she will work to perform organizations and tasks and duties. She's a very responsible person that we all know, very qualified, and she is a resourceful educator with a proven knowledge and educational technologies, blended outline learning and curriculum design. A multi-awarding Every day you can see that our great Dr. Shelly Bisht is awarded for her great work. And I can talk about Dr. Shelly till tomorrow. So Dr. Shelly, please enlighten us with your great speech on the topic inclusive education.
Wow, Nada, that was a great, warm, and lovely introduction of mine. My heartfelt gratitude to you. And I am really elated to be there in this forum, supported by Akasa and my very, very dear, loveliest friend, Dr. Inga. Okay, so lovely to be associated with you and all the eminent speakers from here. And the topic which is chosen today is also very, very important. When we talk about inclusive education, as everybody know that if we talk about NEP 2020, that is National Education Policy 2020 India, then inclusive education, that is a part of chapter 6, equitable and inclusive education, learning for all. And I guess everybody is aware of this important and lovely topic to be discussed, as Nada was telling us in the beginning of her introduction speech. So ladies and gentlemen, I would want to ask this question to everybody, that what is inclusive education? Now, inclusive learning provides all students with access to flexible learning choices and effective paths for achieving educational goals. Everybody knows about it, that what educational goals we are here talking about. In an inclusive education environment, all children, regardless of ability or disability, learn together in the same age appropriate classroom. It is based on the understanding that all children and families are valued equally and deserve access to the same opportunities. Now, I would like to tell you the ABCs of inclusive education. A. A stands for all children, regardless of their ability, okay, and disability, but they need to learn together in the same age appropriate classroom. When I talk about B, B is for based on the belief that all children are valued equally and deserve access to the same opportunities. When I talk about C, C letter stands for children with disabilities and those without often achieve greater academic gains in inclusive classrooms. Now, in addition to it, general education, teachers and specialists work together in the classrooms, meaning additional support for all students. Teachers use a variety of techniques and resources to connect with individual learning styles. The focus is on each student's abilities, not disabilities. Many inclusive classrooms follow the principles of Universal Design for Learning, that is UDA. Teachers learn too how to deliver differentiated class curriculum and instructions. Teachers learn too how to deliver this. Inclusive education helps change discriminatory attitudes, reverse stigmas around disabilities. Inclusive classrooms foster attitudes of respect, understanding, and empathy. Greater parental things are also to be taken care of. When we talk about this, then it adds to the sense of the classroom as a community. Inclusive education aims to better prepare all students for real world success, whether it is civic participation, employment, or community life, which we are talking about. Inclusive learning goes hand in hand with universal design for learning, a set of principles for curriculum development that gives all students an equal opportunity to learn. Now, according to the National Center or Universal Design for Learning, UDL provides a blueprint for creating instructional goals, methods, materials, and assessment that work for everyone, not a single one-size-fits-all solution, but rather flexible approaches that can be customized and adjusted for individual needs. Now, studies have shown the benefits that inclusive classroom offers for children with disabilities and their peers. Instead of pulling children out of the classroom to offer them specialized instruction, in an inclusive classroom, special education teachers come into the classroom. Now, this allows for general education teachers and specialists to work together in the same learning environment, benefiting all students who are offered additional resources and support. Now, this support often results in greater academic gains for students with disabilities as well as the students with abilities. Now, think Inclusive reported on a 2001 study that examined academic progress for students with disabilities in general education and self-contained classrooms over 2 years. Now, additional benefits include better communication skills and improve social skills for students with disabilities, as well as fewer incidents of disruptive behavioral and instances. Now, everyone fits together in an inclusive education classroom. But how this can be done, that is the thing to be discussed. Now, all students are learning together, that is first point. Giving teachers assistance and support, that is second point. Focusing on abilities but not disabilities. Teachers learning to expand their skills, connecting with individual learning styles, honoring the needs of all pupils equally, valuing other cultures and perspectives, celebrating diversity and individuality, nurturing shared respect and empathy. Now, inclusive education strategies. But the question lies over here is, are you ready to introduce an inclusive education environment into your classroom? To do so means challenging the status quo, removing curriculum barriers, and presenting educational goals in interesting ways to engage all learners and serve all students equitably. Now, I would like to discuss about the few important strategies to consider with the designing inclusive classrooms and curriculum. So the first one I want to discuss about the use universal design principles to create accessible classrooms. Second, if I talk about is know your students' IEPs. Third is develop a behavior management plan. Now, inclusive education equation, if I talk about, that is teaching students of all abilities and backgrounds together. For an example, inclusive education, if I want to tell you in 3 heads, for an example, head number 1 says, giving teachers extra support with learning specialists. Second, expanding instruction to address the different learning styles. And third is creating a learning environment of respect and empathy. Now, the most important thing is when I talk about the inclusive education, then what about the learning resources for teachers? Now, that is the point to be catered upon. So the first one is it can be Inclusive Schools Network, National Center for Learning Disability, Rights Law, TASH, and ASD. Now, these are the things which, the teachers can talk about when we talk about the inclusive learning. Now, as far as I'm looking at the time also, I guess Dr. Inga and Akkas Ali sir has given only 5 minutes to cater to the topic. And as far as the time management is considered, I can go on and on, but then I respect the time of the other speakers as well. So I'll not be speaking much. I'll just maintain the time frame. So I think I'll end my topic over here, and I am waiting for the other speakers to share their perspectives with me. So thank you so much for the patient hearing. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat from India.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful Dr. Shelly. Now we have a big surprise for you after your great speech. A good work needs to have a recognition. Wow.
Congratulations. Thank you. Your amazing speech. You always are welcome. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. And it was so sudden. I was not even imagining that we will be getting it today. Thank you so much, Dr. Inga, Akkas Ali sir, and Nada for the beautiful certificate.
You discovered it well. Thank you. Welcome. Okay.
Now, after this great speech, we are moving to our another eminent speaker. I presented him. I said a lot of him. So, Professor Naveen Gupta, welcome. The stage is yours. Please enlighten us with your great speech.
Thank you so much. We are part of so many, already done so many.
Every day together, every day together.
So thank you so much, Dr. Inga, Dr. Nada, Mr. Akkas Ali, and I'll pray for the Bangladesh for the speedy recovery from the natural calamities happening in the Bangladesh, even in India. Some of the northern east part of India is also bearing this pain of natural calamity of a flood in our areas. Okay, so directly coming to my topic, I'm going to share my screen. I hope it is visible to everyone.
Yes, it is.
So we talked about inclusive education and approaches and learning method. Dr. Shelly Bisht has already given so much of insight about the inclusive education, nothing left out after this. So I thought of, when I was researching about this topic, I thought of that when somebody research on this, these are the things which everybody will going to explain. So how I can be a different from what we are, because I'm a technology expert. So I have gone through some of the technology, what technology, assistive technology we can use to explain all these, what we are teaching to others using. So thank you, GFC, Global Friends Club. These all people who are sharing the dice with me on this wonderful platform, wonderful evening, wonderful morning or afternoon from across the world. Now, this is my profile, a brief profile, which is I've always shared with others that this is me. And this is just 20% what I do just now. Now, what is inclusive education? That already being explained by the Dr. Shelly in a very beautifully and beautiful words. Now, how we can use and apply the assistive technology in education for inclusive students. Now, what are the challenges? So herein, I'm just taking 5 minutes to explain this concept. Category area of function, let's say the person is not able to read it. So how can we help? So the options is electronic books are there, like Kindle version, book adapted for page turning even, and single word scanner, predictable text, tabs, talking electronic devices, software, speech software. So all these can be used by these kids. And need for student having difficulty in reading, understanding written text, in paying attention to the reading can be assigned this assistive technology. Now, for writing people, for student having problem in writing or composition. So what we have? So we have a pen and pencil grips, templates, word processor, word cardboard, book, wall, software, even a spelling and a grammar check, which we use every day. Being a computer literate, whenever we are typing, even we do mistakes. So that helps them, and adapted papers. Now, what else? So mathematics. Again, mathematics is a challenge for so many people in DIAS as well, I think. So we all have a mastery in our subjects, but when we talk about the mathematics, it's sometimes a problem to few of the people. So for student having computational problems, simple mathematics problems, finding difficult to perform well in math lesson. So we have a calculators that being discovered or invented long back. Talking clocks and large worksheets, we can give them voice output measuring device, which automatically calculate, and the scientific calculators. Now, vision. Some problems have for students who have a difficulty in seeing and lack of complete vision. So we have eyeglasses, magnifier. System gives you an option wherein you can magnify the things, screen reader, braille, large print books, CCTV, audio lesson, and tapes. So all these are helping the vision problem. Hearing problems. For students who have a difficulty in hearing, absolute hearing impaired, hearing aids are the options, pen and paper. Signaling devices are also available, and closed captioning. Computer access. Now for students finding difficult to access computer in standard form, have a difficult in performing academic tasks. So they have a word prediction. When you're typing on a WhatsApp even, when you're typing on the Google, so you get a voice word prediction. Alternative keyboards, pointing options, switches, voice recognition software. Augmented alternative communications for students having problem in comprehension of language and lacking of ability to express it, or unclear in speech and demonstrate delayed expressive. So we have an option, communication board device with a speech synthesize for typing, eye gaze board, frame voice output devices. So that all available technology is used by everyone these days. And this technology is giving an edge to these inclusive students. The last is the learning disability attention deficit of hyperactivity disorder, that is a ADHD, for student having problem and language development, reading, writing, dyslexia, hand-on-eye coordination, written expression, composition, difficulty in motor skills, coordination. So for all these things, we have an option with the technology. Application devices are there, disability difficulty in the area of reading and writing, dyslexia, hand and eye coordination. For everything you can see here, we have a software. We have organizers, we have some grips handling things. So the technology is adding to everyone to get the edge. And this is a reference resource from where I got this knowledge to research, and other knowledges are also there. And this is me. So you all can connect with me on the everything. About.me is a Naveen_Gupta. You can get all my social media handles and my brief profile. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I hope it was a
excellent presentation, excellent, really great speech. Thank you so much. I always proud of you for your excellent job, and of course, congratulations. Wow, welcome.
Congratulations, Professor Gupta. Great certificate of achievement. You deserve it. Great speech, and yes. You are always here sharing your knowledge very unselfishly to all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Now we are going to our next speaker. Our next speaker is coming from Macedonia. He is our academician, Doctor of Science, Dragan Jovanov, academician, educator, speaker, lecturer, inventor, science, researcher, social worker, author, phytotherapist, phytonutritionist, agroecologist, natural health, and coach. We all know our great Dr. Dragan Jovanov. Dr. Dragan Jovanov, welcome.
Hello, Nada, zdravo.
Zdravo.
Hello, everyone. I am honored to be part of World Conference today. Thank you, Inga. Thank you, Waqas. Thank you, Nada. My pleasure. My topic today is authentic ways to development performance-based activities. Interested topic. Performance-based learning is when students practices in tasks or activities that are meaningful and engaging. The purpose of this type of learning to help students acquire and apply knowledge, practices, skill, and development independent and collaborative work habits. A culminating activity of performance-based learning product is one that allows the student to demonstrate evidence of understanding through skills transfer. This form of learning is measured by performance-based assessment, which is open and without a single correct answer. Performance-based assessment should be something that demonstrates authentic learning, such as creating a newspaper or class debate. The benefit of these types of performance-based assessment is that when students are more actively involved in the learning process, they will absorb and understanding the material on a much deeper level. Other characteristic of performance-based rating are their complex and time-bound. In addition, there are a learning standard in each discipline that set academics expectation define what is proficient in meeting that standard. Performance-based activity can integrate two or more identities and should always also meet 21st century expiration whenever possible. Creativity and innovation, critical thinking and problem solving, communication and cooperation. They are both information literacy standards and media literacy standard. that are embedded in performance-based learning. Performance-based learning activities can be quite challenging for students to complete. They need to understand from the beginning exactly what is required of them and how they will be evaluated. Simplest and models can help, but it's more important to provide the detailed criteria that will be used to evaluate performance-based assessment. Those criteria shall be incorporated in the box above. Observation are an important part of evaluating performance-based assessment. Observation can be used to give students feedback on improving performance. Teachers and students can use the observation. There may be students' feedback from their peers. There may be a checklist or a table for recording performance. Students can use their experience in performance-based learning to use at later points in their educational, personal, or professional life. The goal of performance-based learning shall be to enhance what students have learned, not just the real fact. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Really very interesting and a very important topic we have today. And also your speech, always very interesting and very important. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And of course, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
A great achievement, Dr. Dragan. Great. Great. All right. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay.
After this great speech and recognition, we are going further. Our next great speaker is our great lady, Miss Shumaila Waqas. She is coming from Pakistan. She is a highly motivated educator. She is a founder and CEO of Educationists of Pakistan, EOR. She has done her master's in education with a specialization in educational psychology, MED by NEC. She got honorary doctorate from United Nations. Congratulations there, Shumaila. This is a big achievement. She's a member of many Pakistan's group, a member of Pakistan Alliance of Early Childhood Education, member of Health and Education Committee, Karachi Chamber of Commerce, a counselor, an educational consultant, an international speaker, a country program leader. She's a certified quality auditor as well as lead auditor from Bureau Verious. She secured first position in all Karachi Civil Defense Instructive Training courses. She got Pakistan Educationist Award. She got many awards. She's a multi-winner. She has appeared in different TV channels, radio shows. She's a very enthusiastic and dedicated educator who wants everyone to be successful and better citizens. She has a great heart. Welcome, dear Shumaila, and so happy and so honored that you are here today with us on the Global Friends Club platform on this great conference. Welcome.
Oh my God, a long intro.
Yes.
Thank you so much, all. Thanks a lot. Congratulations to all. Good morning, good afternoon, and very good evening to all. First of all, I would like to thank the team of GFC, Dr. Nada, respected Dr. Inga, Sir Akkas, and all speakers. Thank you so much, all. So the topic is inclusive education approaches and learning. I am educationist, and you know, it's very dear to my heart, and a lot of definitions and description I listened already. So my topic is regarding that the individual differences in education and learning. So after that, we need to learn about the individual differences. And where
Hello.
is my?
Hello. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Shumaila, can you help me for once again?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Dear Inga, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Dear
Okay.
Inga.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
I'm here.
I think my picture is here.
Yes.
Okay,
Sir,
okay,
if
go
you
ahead.
can,
Thank you.
Yes,
sir,
yes.
if you can, yeah, you can, but I run through my pictures because some technical issue with my laptop.
Okay, actually, I joined with my mobile, and I would like to request to Dr. Inga Kharchilava, because already I forward this presentation to her, and I request Inga, is it possible to share Shumaila's presentation by your laptop, Inga?
Sir Akkas, you can send it to me, so I will share it. No problem.
Just a moment, and I share your WhatsApp or mail, email.
Oh, can you put it here in the chat?
Just wait, I will try.
Yes.
Wait a moment.
It's the best way here in the chat.
I am slow and
It's okay, sir, if you can do this. Otherwise, I'll manage my picture in my mobile.
Okay, go ahead.
So first, I was talking about individual differences and the importance of individual differences in learning and education. We need to recognize about individual differences. So what is, sorry, here is, so here is the definition of individual differences are the way in which people differ from each other. Individual differences refers to the extent and types of distinction among individuals on some of the significant psychological traits, personal characteristics, cognitive and emotional competence. Second, here is, are you saying? What is individual differences in learning and teaching? It is important for teachers to know variables such as physical characteristics, intelligence, perception, gender ability, learning styles, which are individual differences of the learners. An effective and productive learning teaching process can be planned by considering these individual differences of the students. So individual differences important in teaching and learning process. First, the individual differences are important because they are associated with students' particular needs. These needs are related to learning paths, cognitive styles, and motivation levels, which teachers must take into account in the teaching and learning process. So I think we must know about the individual differences, because every person have individual identity, like physically and mentally. So we need to learn, we need to know about what is individual differences and the importance of teaching in learning. So multiple okay. So characteristics, what are the different types of individual differences? Characteristics, the defined individual differences can be classified into 4 main categories: learning style, aptitude, personality, and emotional intelligence. So we have to learn about that all individuality of any person for helping out in education, learning, and teaching process. And if we detail in and there is different learning style of persons and students. Visual, you prefer using picture, images, and spatial understanding. Music, you prefer using sounds and music. Verbal, you prefer using words both in speech and writing. Physical, you prefer using your body, hands, and senses of touch. And logical, mathematical, you prefer using logics, reasoning, and systems. Social, you prefer to learn in groups of with other people. Solitary, you prefer to work alone and use self-study. This is the all individual differences, and we know about our learning style. We must know about our learning style, learning techniques. Sometimes some people don't like mathematics. You can say, I hate mathematics actually. So I think visual, some students, some pupils, some one learn by visual, like using pictures, images, and they attract by pictures, they attract by images. And some people like music, they prefer using sounds and music. So there is all the individual differences types. We need to learn about that. And there is another example, multiple intelligence. If you know about multiple intelligence, every person have individual difference. Every person have individual identity and own learning style. Like some people like music, some people like visual pictures, and some people like numbering, and they really easy to learn by numbering, learn by, you can say, by data, by mathematical point of view. So there is all the example of multiple intelligence. And the multiple intelligence, important of multiple intelligence into curriculum. The multiple intelligence theory is based on research about how we learn as we encounter problems and seek solutions. Our curriculum provides opportunities for children to develop their minds and abilities through different approaches, material, and experiences. Another one is what is the method of teaching? We can say we distribute into two groups. One is homogeneous group and second one is heterogeneous grouping. This is the method of the teaching, method of the learning of individual differences or in education. Like homogeneous grouping is the placement of students of similar abilities into one classroom. All gifted children within the same grade level will be in the same classroom. The term more often refers to student with disabilities rather than students who are gifted to advance. This is the example of homogeneous grouping. Like some people with same ability, we need to separate the group and starting teaching of different topics. And the other one is we separate the group of heterogeneous grouping. Heterogeneous grouping is distribution tactic in the classroom whereby diverse students, for example, students that have learning disabilities and students who are gifted are placed in different classrooms so that they can apply their skills and abilities more evenly toward their thought. Like heterogeneous grouping belongs to different areas, different pupils, different abilities, who have different abilities, who have different physical condition. So we need to separate with different conditions students, and then we start teaching to them. So after that, we check them and we will get some result for by their individual differences. So there is the method, another method of heterogeneous group, and another method of how we can handle and different abilities student, how we can handle who have different intelligence, who have multiple intelligence. Another one is hello, I'm audible?
Yes, audible.
But there have some signal issues. Okay. And I want to actually show a picture. It's very close to my heart, and this is the wrong. What is wrong with our education system? You can see in this picture, for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. The elephant has their specific ability. The monkey have his specific ability, and the fish has his specific ability like swimming. And the monkey easy to climb, and the elephant cannot climb the tree. But in our education system, what we do, we give same exam, we give same question for all individual, for all different multiple intelligence people. So there is the wrong example, and we do practice in our daily life. So we need to learn about multiple intelligence and individual differences, and after that we check and you can say we need to get result regarding the individual differences, regarding their abilities, regarding their approaches, their skills, according to their skills. So there is the example. And the most important thing we do in daily life, we practice this respect individual differences, because in the class, in any event, in any, you can say, conference, in any like trainings sessions, some people fat, some people so thin, some people complexion is dark, and some people have color complexion is fair and white. So what we do, what in the classroom, and what's happen in the classroom, the student bullying to each other. This practice is, you can say, this practice, it's happen in our daily routine. It's happen sometime in our classroom, in our examination room. So first, respect individual differences. First, please respect them, respect all individuality. And after that, the learning is result. I must say about that, the learning is result, we will get, you can say, like outstanding after that, if we respect all individual. So there is my recognition, and there is my, okay. So where is my, there is, yes, I will ending to this picture, dealing with ID and happy learning. So the next time you are challenged with individual differences, create yourself some space to listen, put your assumption on hold, look for option, recognize your own impact, and ask question with positive intent. Think of the possibilities, dealing and happy individual learning and happy learning. Please dealing in happy learning. Thank you so much all. I'm sorry to bear because of
excellent
because
job.
of some technical issue in my laptop.
No,
so I had to explain by picture. I hope you understand my topic and what I wanna say about respect all individual, respect all skills, all individual skills, multiple intelligence and their approaches. So we need to learn about that, and inshallah after that we will get better result, we will get outstanding result. Thank you so much all.
Thank you so much. You are most welcome. Wow, excellent presentation. I miss you, dear. Wow, very, very great job.
Same here, same here. I miss you too.
My respect to you.
Miss you all a lot. Really.
Yes. And congratulations.
Thank you so much. Same here. You all are doing wonderful job, no doubt. All are doing wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations there, Shumaila. You are doing a great job always. Thank you. Thank you for your very inspirative and motivated presentation and speech. The technical issues are never a problem. We are really, really honored and listen you and to see your work because you are doing it amazing. And as Inga said before, really miss you, and today very, very happy because
we are great job together.
Yes, we are here together, and that is really great.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Really honored. Really honored. Thank you so much.
Now, after our great Shumaila, after Pakistan, we are going in another part of the world, and we are going to Nepal. Here today, we have also a very special person. And when we mention his name, everyone will know that he is a great person who is every day involved in humanitarian work, and he's work a lot for the wellness and for the good of all the youth of all the world around the globe. He is our Dr.Piya Ratna Maharjan. Welcome, Dr.Piya Ratna Maharjan, the President of International Youth Society. Global Friends Club today is really honored to have you on this great conference on inclusive education. Dr. Piya, do you hear us?
He's ready, but
where are you? Please unmute yourself.
Okay.
yes.
Warm greetings from Kathmandu, Nepal. Can you hear me? I'm audible?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for giving me this global platform and to speak in front of you, all eminent speakers from around the world. And my thanks goes to my good friend is Inga. Dr. Inga has been working so hard to bring all of us in this platform to discuss about the inclusive education which is very much necessary and very pivotal, important that the subject that we all of us need to be discuss and to know about this, and this is one of the key issues that we have improved. So I always thanks to all our speakers, eminent speakers, especially Dr. Gupta and Dr. Shelly, and some of the other good speakers who has already pointed out very important key points of the inclusive educations. So for me, what I see, I'm coming from Kathmandu, Nepal, highest mountain in the world, and we have all kind of geography diversity, and with the schools and the children in the plain area and top of the mountains, and we have been geographical difficulties, and so the inclusive education is very much applicable the country like Nepal and other country in Southeast Asia. And today I like to emphasize that all the teachers around the world, we are here in this classroom, this global classroom that we are having now. It's in our hands that teachers should be very responsible to have this equal, inclusive education for all the children, whether they are disabled, non-disabled, whatever the conditions, that we should have very much bias and on bias of children, and to regard them all are the same, so that all deserves the equal opportunity to study. And for that, I just want to guide and just to recommend, or to just to say that point out that 5 strategies that we can improve in the inclusive educations. And in that case, the number one is I just like to highlight is the relationships, that all the teachers, we need to cultivate the positive relationship, and that's the foundation for great classroom management. And they are also necessary in order to create a welcoming and inclusive environment for all students. And the more you personally know about the person or the student, I mean, the more you can connect. As educators, teachers, we must learn and who our students and parents are, their likes, dislikes, and learning style and motivators for their children. And as knowing that home situation and can help identify those that will help the families. And the second point I would like to elaborate is the collaborations. Yes, we can also collaborate with the students, and our students can also teach us. And so much we also observe and can listen also, openly engage in the activity, active listening and learning opportunities. Both students and other teachers in order to learn from each other. Learning from others provides us the unique perspectives that we may not otherwise have access to hearing about. In a space, safe space, question can be asked, clarification can be made, thought that can be shared in order to learn and grow as a teacher. So therefore, collaboration is very important. It's one of the great skill to model in order to have inclusive space, but also teach students how to be inclusive themselves. And third, I like to highlight that representation. What do you mean by representation? Representation is a vital and often overlooked. Ensure all students are represented in the classroom, graphics, videos, literatures, assessments, and assemblies and activities. The students may be able to see themselves in the curriculum and readings on the walls, in the classroom, and always. Representation also means that we should be incorporating diverse perspectives and experiences into all content. So making sure all students are depicted allows for students to relate to what they are learning and create a culture of inclusiveness when they see that everyone's differences are counted for. And the fourth, I like to say that about presumed competence. So apart from the inclusivity, is also addressing the culture biases, but that is a topic for the another day that we can discuss. However, when addressing our bias, we also need to make sure that we are always assuming, I mean the teachers, that students are capable of, regardless of culture, gender, and disability status. Some of our pre-speakers also mentioned about this. So when we presume competence, we ensure that we are not excluding someone based on a specific level. And the moment we stop presuming the competence is the moment we no longer have an inclusive environment. And lastly, I like to say that celebrate diversity, uniqueness, and culture. So celebrating the diversity and the uniqueness and differences and the culture also ties into representation. So as we portray all differences in our classes, it's important that we take the time to learn about their beauty and uniqueness. And it's crucial that we teach other students how to accept differences and how to be inclusive in their lives. And in this high technology, high advanced society today, our classes are different than before. So therefore, it's ever changing. So we should be aware, and we are unaware of this who our students will become. So it is important to begin fostering a community of acceptance and inclusion from the moment our students come into the classroom. So teaching them safely, belonging, compassion, and understanding will lead to strong relationship, strong community, and will be invaluable to them as they grow and learn. So I hope that these 5 points that I'm going to, the techniques that all teachers and we should be learn and improve, and so that all that we can give to students equally inclusive the participation in every day. Thank you very much again, Dr. Inga, for giving me this opportunity to say something about inclusive education. Thank you very much from Kathmandu, Nepal, and good night.
Wow, thank you. You're amazing speech, sir. Thank you. You are a really very important person. Congratulations. Your speech is really amazing. And
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Dr. Piya. Great speech, and we hope that very soon we will hear you again with more, because this is a short time, and really like to listen you and to hear about your experience, about your thinking, about your solutions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Welcome very much.
Now we are going to also to all today are great educators, but this educator is specialist for this conference today and for this topic. He is Professor Mohd Zuber, an assistant professor. He really works a lot in special education, specific learning disability at the Faculty of Education at Jamia Millia Islamia, a central government university in New Delhi, India. Welcome, Dr. Zuber. We can't wait to hear you today. Enlighten us.
Thank you, Professor Nada. Thank you for introducing me in this style. First of all, I would like to thank Global Friends Club and my dear friend Dr. Inga, who invited me in this conference. And this is the important topic nowadays, because we all are living in the same world and every individual have their unique potential and abilities. For example, when we talk about the inclusive education, so what do you mean by inclusive education? Many people are confused. Many people think that the only special children are there in the inclusive setup. Inclusive education means we welcome all children. All children can learn together. They are orphan, they may be tribes, they may be minorities, they may be marginalized society, marginalized groups. So all children can learn together in the same setup, and we have to give them need-based education. And we have to accept of all people, regardless of their differences. Inclusion, also allows people to value the differences in each other by appreciating that each person is unique in his or her own creativity. Everyone won't be a doctor, everyone won't be a musician. We have to identify the potential and caliber of our students, and according to their caliber, we have to identify and we have to give them education. So inclusive education is a learning environment that promotes the full personal, academic, and professional development of all learners, irrespective of race, class, color, gender, disability, sexual preferences, learning styles, and language and tribes. So, no discrimination with the students, equal educational opportunities to all, school adapt to the need of the student, equal educational benefits for all students in the same setup, and students' views are listened and taken seriously, and individual differences between students are a source of richness, because diversity is there in the class. Some students are high achievers, some students are low achievers, some students are good in sports, others are good in other activities. So as a teacher, we have to use different approaches and methods and teaching styles, learning styles. So education for all, the principle of inclusive education is we have to give them education for all, protection of rights of each and every child, and identification of the skills and development of social consciousness, and to prepare for new challenges and development of brotherhood in the society, and to improve the quality of education in the society. So sometimes, students feel inferiority complex or lack of understanding or adjustment problem or the social problem or the emotional problem. So we have to reinforce them. We have to motivate them. We have to increase the self-esteem. We have to remove the shyness and negative approach as a teacher, because as a teacher in the inclusive setup, in inclusive setup, multidisciplinary team will work. General teacher will be there, special educator will be there, counselors must be there, games teachers, music teachers, every teacher must be there, and in the team approach and the teamwork, they will deal to each and every child in the same setup. So inclusive education is important because
I think little problems with connection. Professor Zuber.
Yes.
Yes, I think we lost him. Yes, we lost him.
Wow.
Yes. It's
1 minute, and I think our next speaker.
Maybe.
Yes, he back.
Hello? Actually,
Yes,
I
yes.
don't know what happened. Okay, am I audible now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I was talking about the inclusive education. So inclusive education is an umbrella term that encompasses consideration and strategies to support the diversity of learners in the setup. So when we talk about, and there are lots of myths. Some people say segregation is better, but the fact is that inclusion is the best educational program, since it allows individuals to develop as per their abilities, and it also inculcates values like caring and sharing. Some people, there is another myth: inclusion is an expensive option. It is an affordable way to provide the need-based education, the most equitable solution to the learners. Some people say there is a myth: inclusive education is just another fad. No, it is a concrete way of understanding the individual differences and reaching out to them. Some people say there is a myth: inclusion is difficult in regular schools. It is practiced in regular schools by modification and accommodations. We can use different learning strategies and accommodations. Some people say non-cooperative parents are there in the society in the developing countries. But when parents see a visible change in the children, they are ready to render their full support and help. And as an educator, we have to sensitize and aware them in the society. So there are lots of benefits of the inclusive education in the setup. So when we talk about the problem in the inclusive setup, the infrastructure is a problem, and the school readiness is a problem. Role of teacher is not clear. So we have to use different approaches like behavior therapy, precision teaching, ability teaching, using alternate teaching methods. Classroom management is important in the inclusive setup, and social skill training like peer tutoring, team teaching is good. We can make groups in the class. Collaborative learning is always good in the inclusive setup. Cooperative learning is good because there are lots of teachers are there in the school. Some teachers are good in math, some teachers are good in music, some teachers are good in sports. So cooperative learning and collaborative learning will work well in the inclusive setup. Physiotherapist, occupational therapist, speech therapist, every therapist is there. So special, you can say barrier-free environment is also essential. We have to create resource room, laboratories, and libraries, and barrier-free environment and ramp. Everything we have to provide, because access to physical environment is important, because every student is there. The path from the gate to the school buildings and playgrounds must be clear. All entrance and doorways in the school building should be 4 to 5 feet. The toilets must be adaptive. Avoid sharp turns. Bright colors we can use in the schools. The school classroom curriculum must be, access to curriculum must be adaptive. According to the need of the student, we can change our plan. So Early identification is an important task for a student. We have to accept each and every individual in the society, and we have to provide access, especially schools, infrastructures, barrier-free environment, and we have to sensitize the society. We have to aware the society and make them independent, each and every child, and provide need-based education, and curriculum adaptation and behavior modification is important task. Use concrete objects, learning by doing is important, relate to their life, make barrier-free environment, use repetition drills in the class, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, tactile, all the multisensory approach we can use. We can use games, activities, daily life examples, relate to their lives. We can use worksheets, we can use hands-on training, we can use different methods according to the need, peer tutoring, team teaching, cooperative learning. We can use innovative aids like equipments, innovative methods, audio-visual aids, ICT. We can use child-centered and activity-based learning. We can use many therapies, counseling, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We can assess case, we can make case studies, we can make individualized education plan, we can functional assessment, but lots of barriers. Attitudinal barriers are there, conceptual barriers are there, physical barriers are there, policy barriers are there, programmatic barriers are there, social barriers are there. So we have to overcome these barriers. So develop a positive attitude towards each and every child. Need of orientation, we can organize orientation, we can orient each and every child, each and every faculty member, each and every teacher. We have to give them support, giving essential services, promote group teaching, promote universal design of learning, and provide barrier-free environment. These are the things we can use in our classes. And one more important thing I would like to share, that accommodation and modification. For example, accommodation means we can use many things in the class, like how a student access information and demonstrate learning. For example, some students are auditory learners, some students are visual learners, some students are tactile learners, some students are kinesthetic learners. So according to the need of the students, we can accommodate. For example, we can change the sitting arrangement in the class. We can, if I am providing a textual material to my student, so I can change that material in the auditory form. If child is an auditory learner, so I can change that textual material in the auditory form because he is an auditory learner. So we can use many things in the class. As a teacher, we can record our lessons, we can give extra time, we can use many other things. So we also can use modification in the class. For example, every child is unique, every child potential is different, they have their own caliber and potential and pace of learning. So we can adapt, we can alter, we can lower the standards. For example, if child in a class, one student is not able to read, other students are able to read, so I have to make two different lesson plans for each and every student, because we have to give them need-based education. I can't continue the same task to both the students. So changes we can do in the classes. So completely different homework for both, completely different assessment for both, completely grading for both, completely deduction in homework for both. So these are the things we can use in the inclusive setup. Multisensory approach we can use. Auditory learners, as I told you, record your lectures, use rhymes, study material, listen recordings, read aloud, listen carefully, sound out words, talk through problems, paraphrase you can use, talk about illustrations, interactive lectures, sound. Visual learners are there, some students are visual learners, so you can use maps, chart, diagrams, illustrations, pictures, photographs, TV, ICT applications. And some students are kinesthetic learners, so they learn by activities. So you can use many hands-on training in the class, assembling and deassembling puzzles, games, and many other things, many other plays you can use in the class. Some students are tactile learners, they learn by touch. So many things are there for a teacher. So these are the things you can use in teaching learning process. So use pre-assessment before the teaching, during the teaching, and after teaching. We have to assess our students, and we have to give them need-based education, and we have to make the clear goals, and we have to try to achieve those goals, and we have to use scaffolding to achieve these things. Thank you.
Wow, perfect, well done. Thank you so much. Really very inspiring and very interesting speech. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, congratulations. Perfect.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Dr. Inga.
Welcome. You always is very excellent.
Yes, it's special if a person is involved in that part of the education, like our great Professor Zuber. Thank you for your great,
Thank you, Professor Nada,
great
for
lesson.
appreciating me. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us here today. Thank you very much and congratulations for this great recognition.
Yes.
After India, we are going to the land of Tunisia.
Yes, around the world.
Around the world, we are working around the world. So we have here a distinguished senior professor of foreign languages, 30-year plus of experience, and an international speaker. She is our Riahi Hedia, an edu leader from Tunisia, certified trainer, ex-Tunisian Association for Educational Initiatives, technologic scholar at Alabama International Foundation for Microsoft Palestine. The education team brings always together. We all know our Professor Riahi because she is really involved in digital education and and she's always involved and she always is sharing her knowledge. He adores Bansi and she is promoting Bansi. Bansi, Wakelet. Yes, I need to tell that because always Bansi. Bansi, Wakelet.
Yes, I can share my screen. Welcome, everyone.
Okay.
Welcome. My pleasure.
Yes, Bansi. We will now see Bansi.
Women energetic. Yes. Wow.
Please give me the chance to share my screen.
You can share your screen. All have permission to share the screen.
Yes, I tried. No, I can't.
Yes, you can, Professor. Yes, you can.
I have two accounts. So please give me the chance from.
It is not you. If you have on one account, you can use it also in another because everyone can share.
Okay, now yes. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
You see my screen now?
Yes.
So I love use Bansi to present webinars. Really, I love working by using Bansi. Today, inclusive education approach and learning method from Tunisia. I'm Riahi Hedia. Proud to be with all colleagues. There is many badges. You see, when we want to be innovative, we must change our life and first as an innovative teacher. So you see here, I'm ambassador and of many applications. I'm a trainer in many groups. Approach and method are two important concepts in performing any task. These two factors can actually decide the success of our task. Approach is the way you are going to approach the project. Method is the way in which you are going to complete the project. My project was how to change my life as a teacher, then how to give chance to my students to be innovative like their teacher. In fact, I work hard to change my life, to change my methods, and to be different in my classroom. So today I want to present some activity realized by my students. You see here, my students are working by using all applications in which I ambassador or teacher qualified certificate. So you see here, they work hard with using class point to evaluate their work. College Manzal Abdurrahman, Bizert, and succeed every week. We work together. This is one of the certificates that my students are the first in the world to have the chance to have a class point certificate, and I have the chance to have the okay from Sangafura to give my students the first certificate from class point as the student to work hard with class point to evaluate their work. As ambassador, Bansi ambassador, I use two Bansi to join my student to realize activities, to work together, to have responses, to send assignment. They work hard to in the best activity or bien event in the Arab world, Arab Code Week 2, and artificial intelligence and the protection of environment, and they really do a good work. I will show you. This is one of session in classroom with my students. You see here, everyone is working with the Arab Code Week by using Minecraft, by using Scratch, by using many applications to work to realize projects, to realize events about intelligence and about how to protect our environment, our school as example. I will show you, because time, I want to show you only, you see here, I work hardly with my student. I love what I do, my student too. So we can go. We work hard with a student by using Flipgrid, by using Wapplet. Please, Mike. This is, for example, activity with my student by using Wapplet and Bansi to celebrate spring in Arabic, in English, and in French as a French teacher. Bouncy and Bouncy Birds, Wapplet and Wapplet collection. Now they use many applications at the same time. You see here. And they, I have many students who have created more than 300 Bouncy. You see, there's examples of their works.
I think
they love working. So I will show another video. Bouncy Club, Bouncy, Wapplet, Earth Twinning, Flipgrid. The collaboration work They collaborate together to work with other groups, with other students from the world. Like their teacher, I collaborate with our teacher from the world. Their badges in Bansi accounts. You see, all students have joined Bansi, succeed to have many badges. So I work hard because I'm to Waqas ambassador. Here you will see how my students work hard too. In other application here in Waqas, I will show you how they join Waqas as a class and how they collaborate with other classes in their school and in the world.
I think that Professor Riahi, we need to have a whole session for Bansi and Waqas that you can show us. So I think that for today you show us really a lot of your work in the Bansi.
And flip grid, they work with Mentimeter. Every application that I know, I join my student and I help all students to have first account. Then I show my student how to work, how to join class, how to work together, how to collaborate, how to be innovative students. I'm proud of all my students, really. We success together. And now with the teacher from the world, this is an example of a classroom. You see here, that is the work of my student, Ale, for example. You see. All subject of our program in French. For all subject, we have a collection in Waqas. We have a bouncy board. We have a flip grid about the same subject, and they work hard in more than 5 applications by using many languages, French, English, Arabic, and other.
Really wonderful job.
Yes, here another link. And now I work hard with Ash in 21 DigiSkills in Arabic. Every Wednesday, 10 or more Arabic teacher join us to present all their capacities to help teach on the world, to be me expert, to be innovative. I work hard to help my students and my colleagues in the world. Here you see other collection, LBM Fresh, and other you see here.
Perfect.
Here about to celebrate the Day of Environment. And other, of course, I will show you examples only. There is other link. When we love what we do, when we love our job, really, we change yourself, your method, your classroom, your student, everything will be better. I'm a French teacher. Really, when I start my experience with application, I was really traditional. I have no idea. And I ask myself if one day I will be able to present a session And I asked Ada if I will present one day a session about Bansi, and she told me, yes, Riahi, you can. And now I think I have presented many Bansi session in Arabic, in English, in French. Here example of
yes, very
the one you see here.
It is great.
That my student use Bansi.
We have other speakers, please.
Okay.
I think also very interesting for inclusive students. Yes, I think.
Yes, I will show you only image. Then I will set the place to another speaker.
Thank you.
I will send the document.
Yes, very great job. You proud.
Okay, thanks a lot for your attention.
We proud of you. You
Yes.
are great teachers. Yes.
Proudly with the group, and I hope that I success to give idea about what I do in Bisht, Tunisia. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. Thank you very much. Your presentation is always great. Thank you very much. And I wish you good luck. Keep up a wonderful job.
Yes, and we need, please, can you turn your other device? Because you have two, okay.
And congratulations there. Congratulations. You did well. Thank you. Thank you. Your very wonderful presentation.
Our Bansi Queen. Congratulations, Professor Riahi, and the Global Friends Club needs to give you a whole session, few sessions to educate the professors who don't work Bansi, who don't work with Wakelet, and to try to use it in his lessons. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I'm proud to be with you every session. Thanks.
Now, from Tunisia, another country, another continent, we are going to Argentina. Argentina and our great educator, Professor Maria Alicia Maldonado. She is an English teacher, a teacher trainer who passionately believes that education can make the great change humanity needs. Has led workshops. She has many workshops in services teachers since 2000 and has lectured many works in Argentina, Chile, United Kingdom, Serbia, India, Nigeria, Pakistan. She is the author of ELT book based on social and emotional learning, project-based learning approaches. She published articles in didactics, phonetics, specialized journals. She received a lot of Global Services in Humanity awards from the Africa, ADIU Africa, from Macedonian Honorarian Golden Medal, educator from Macedonian Association Doza Circa. Our great Professor Dragan really, we appreciated your awards for recognition of our great professors. Also, she was appointed like an international academic judge in the Women Award 2021. She gets from Global Trainer Academy. Professor Maria, please enlighten us with your great speech on the topic inclusive education.
Hello, thank you very much for your introduction. And can you hear me well?
Yes, great.
Okay. I want to thank Dr. Inga and Dr. Nada and Dr. Waqas for the invitation. I pray for Bangladesh so that it soon recovers from the consequences of the flooding. Yes. Well, in fact, being one of the last speakers is good because I've been learning a lot from my colleagues, and I will take a bit of from each one. But I will start by saying that the saddest disability is having no empathy. when we don't perceive what others feel, it is very difficult to include anyone. Dr. Mohd Zuber was very clear, stating that inclusion is not just a question of disability, but there are many people who feel excluded in classrooms because of their appearance or their background. And that is something we need to try to avoid happening in classrooms. Maybe for including people with disabilities, we can have the help of specialists who accompany the students while we teach. The point is that in order for helping our young students to develop into successful citizens in the future, we need to help them to develop their intrapersonal and interpersonal intelligence, which will enable them to include everybody in the classroom. We need to enable them to perceive themselves as capable and as unique, and at the same time to understand that whatever they do affects the others in society and in the community. And that implies that they need to develop interpersonal intelligence in order to respect others as unique as they are, understanding that everybody has their potential and they have their talents, and everybody has weaknesses as well. So nobody is better than the other. Nobody is worse than the other. We are just different. And this can be worked in class by using collaborative work in which we mix people with different talents. I don't agree with discriminating students in dividing them in groups of equal level of comprehension. We have people who are gifted, who sometimes are also segregated, and we have people who are not so fast at learning, but maybe they can do other things. So if they mix the groups and we put them to work collaboratively, they will discover which each individual student's talent is. For example, in a presentation, some students might not speak very well, but they can draw wonderfully or organize a good chart with the information they collect. Some others can explain better and they can be the speakers in the group. But if they work together, they really develop individual talents and learn from the others. Maybe the best student as regards content needs to learn a lot about empathy, about respect, about patience in front of the needs of others. So teachers need to develop awareness of individual needs, and at the same time, and that is something we teachers need to develop as well, intrapersonal and interpersonal intelligence. We need to respect our students no matter the results or the products they bring into the classroom. We have to motivate our students for them to learn. And in that way, all the students are going to work and advance at the same pace. Many times we learn more from the ones who know less, because developing our personality is what we need to do in order to be really successful in the world. Being successful is to be able to interact with any kind of person and to be able to communicate what we need to communicate and what they need to receive. We need to help our students to become good individuals, good persons. And that is, I think, the aim every teacher should have. This is everything I have to do about inclusion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my dear. My respect to you. I appreciate really your job. Thank you very much. Your speech always really very amazing. And of course, congratulations. Perfect, well done.
Great, Professor Maria, great. Very nice voice to listen. I think that every person enjoyed today listening you very much. And we learn a lot, and your impressions of our speakers. You gave your opinions, your thinking, your thoughts on that, and really, really great. And congratulations. Always great to be with you on a session, on a conference, or anywhere. So now we are going to our another speaker. We have more speakers yet to enlighten us with their speech. Now we go to Dr. Pramod Kumar Ratput. I think that there is no one person who don't know our great Dr. Pramod Kumar Ratput, a member of Leadership Excellence, a Harvard Square. Dr. Pramod Ratput is a passionate corporate professional with a rich experience all over 40 years in pharmaceutical and healthcare industry, sales and marketing, while working at a vice president and vertical hosted in the domestic market, now handling us as international business in charge of 25 countries of the pharmaceutics limited based on trainer. He's involved in many trainings, developments, building teams, which includes the requirement, the fulfillment for leading the great conglomerates. He is an MBI in the marketing. He's a board member of many trustees of Crown University in USA, Santa Cruz, Argentina, the office of the Professor Babiru Arum, the Vice Chancellor of the UNESCO, and etc. Professor Dr. Pramod Ratput, I need a whole session to introduce you. So I think that is a great idea. We can make education sessions to learn about our educators, about our great persons. Yeah, and that is also very inspirative, motivated for our students and for others to be better in their work. Dr. Ratput, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to Nada ma'am for introducing. And we are so humble of introducing me. It doesn't require such a big introduction. Thank you, Dr. Inga ma'am, and thank you the and the entire fraternity for inviting me. Though I was a little late because I was giving my talk on the Nigerian group chapter on how to convert can't to can. So that was the reason I was a little late. So thank you so much for adjusting me. I was listening very carefully about such a wonderful educators who are talking about the inclusivity. So I was thinking that how more can be added now, right? So thinking about that part, that change is very, very important. And why the change is important, I'll give you a small story, right? And I'm sure you will really love it, right? So suppose, Nada ma'am, you have been invited to a dinner party by your friend, right? And this friend has invited so many 20 other friends. So now there are two scenarios are there. One scenario is you arrive there at your friend's place and she shows you the entire food, the entire cheese, whatever the things are there, and tell you, yes, hi Nada, you go and mingle and have fun, enjoy, and then walk away. This is one of the situation. The second situation is you arrive same place along with your friends and all. She introduces you to the other guest, and at the same time she's doing so, she tells each person, each guest, that they have in common with each other. Like Nada ma'am is a great educator, she's also educator. Nada ma'am is a great cook, she's also a great cook. Nada ma'am knows singing, she also knows singing. So as to break the ice. So when it will happen, how you will feel? The first scenario person or the second scenario person? Which is going to make you to stay longer? The first one or the second one? Reply me, ma'am. Reply me. First one or the second one?
So I think I will choose the first one.
First one means that she will leave you alone and you have to enjoy, or you'd like to be mingle with everybody, every different type of people.
another, please.
Another one, correct. Okay. So now, suppose you are the host of the party, right? What steps could you take to make your guest feel? Because suppose if you are called 20 people, don't you feel that you like to mingle with anybody and everybody because they have the different choices, they have the different goodness, they have the different things, but after all, they are your friends. So you want that all the 20 people who are coming to your party, they should remember, they should stay together so that till the time the party is there. Now, taking the clue from that, think of your school. What step could you take to at your school to make your students and your staff feel to be included accordingly? This was the example I will give you, leaving them and including them. Right. So
yes,
now you thank you. So this is the way that you are supposed to include, because like God has not made all the 5 fingers together. Same thing is, every student is not like same. Every student has the strength, and it is the basic responsibility of an educator how to ensure that all the 5 fingers should become a solid strength together. Right. That's what I was learning and listening from all the educators, how they will be able to include the goodness of one student with the other student with the blending approach, and so that the inclusivity can be taken care. So you will agree as an educator, because you all are the great educators, the definition of that particular climate of the school, the climate of the school, the scenario of the school will be totally based on the patterns of the students, the parents which are there, the school personal experience of the school life. They will keep on talking that when I'm attending this school, the teachers are so good, they are able to mix ourselves. The parents will speak talking about goodness of the school, because that is going to tell the climate of the wonderful school, and that is going to tell about the inclusivity in that particular school or that college. And it increases the interpersonal relationship, goals, the values which you like to give to your student, and it also reflects about the norms, the requirements, the way of teaching, learning the practices, and the entire structure of the school and the college. And I'm sure we as an educator will really like to do this thing. So with this positive culture, the indicated educational framework, what will happen? Everybody in the school who's coming to the class, they will feel like they belong to that particular class. They belong to that particular college. They belong to that particular institution. Not only this, the school staff, the families, the student, they all will collaborate to realize the school vision. That's all mean all, not single one person. Nobody will be excluded. everybody will be included. And that is the way the inclusive work is going to happen in this new VUCA world, the new normal world. There will be a happy, caring community will be there in that entire class. The people will be caring to each other. Values will be respected by everyone, and the values will be taken care of for the need of every person. The students who are having the disabilities will not be seen as a disabilities, and they will be in the same education system settings at the student of the same age. So that disability will become an ability to come out with that part. The special educator, I was listening some of the educators, they said that the special educator should be called that can teach alongside with their peers, which is very, very important. And at the same time, all the students will have access to the extracurricular activities, because when you have extracurricular activities, the mindset will be changed. The mindset will be together. The vision will be together, so that everybody will be able to learn jointly and able to add lot many things. And the curriculum which has been reinforced to the contribution for the variety of the cultures will be added in that. So the variety of the things will be added, and then we will have the blended learning approach, which is going to help all of us to have the inclusive society. This was the basic learning which I was learning from the wonderful educator. I thought that since I got an opportunity to talk in the last, I should summarize it with a beautiful example of the party, including thinking that how the schools can be taken care, how inclusivity has to be taken care, and how we can have the blended learning approach. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Really, we have today a very important topic. You are always amazing. My pleasure. Thank you so much. Well done. Excellent job. Always. You are very, very great. Okay, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My gratitude.
Yes, Dr. Rajput is really great if we talk about the fields, I think that he's
always
in all fields great. So we are really proud to be to have you here and always to be with you and listen to you, because I think that each one person can learn a lot from you and your experience. When we say 40 plus years of experience in so different fields and working a lot of that things, that is really impressive. And I'm sure that and I know that you don't have no free time, because you are invited everywhere. Okay. Am I right?
I keep on learning everywhere, from everywhere.
Yes.
I keep on learning.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I like the scenarios, and you say about the party. Really, we are now. We have. Me in my country have maybe 10. 13 days to go to the holidays, and we almost don't have strength. We work a lot, and I really want to have a party with my friends, with great peoples, and you may that is today for me really important to have a big and great party. Thank you.
They're not a common Jordan now.
Yes, a big party. Listen, you must come to Croatia, because we in Croatia, it is summer and we have a big Adriatic Sea, a beautiful sea. So Georgia needs to come to Croatia. Yes. Okay. Great session. I'm really impressed with our great speakers, with all the talks we hear today, with on this with the Global Friend Club. Now we have one great also speaker. She's coming from Georgia. Professor Nana. Professor Nana is English professor, so she has here, she's a head of service of relationships with people in many occupies, a coordinator of relationships in the many councils. Inga write me this very little. So I think that our Nana will needs to tell few words about herself. Okay, welcome, Nana.
She is a very great person.
Yes.
Good evening. Georgia, proud of you, Nana. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good evening to everybody. I'm very glad to see you, and I would like to apologize for lating, but we today are changing the law in our parliament, and because of I was at the meeting, and it is related to these things as well, these matters as well, and because of this, okay. First of all, I want to today speak from as a teacher and the lecturer. I'm the lecturer of the subject of English, of course, and besides this, I'm the specialist of geopolitics, especially in the Caucasus regions. And also I am studying at PhD of science of education. And besides this, I'm the head of the service with the relationship with people who are living in the occupied territories of Georgia. And also I'm the head of charity organization. I would like to tell you just about one thing that, as you know, as you already know from me and from general, Georgia is today very in bad situation because of this. We are in war situation through 30 years because our land of 30% of our territories, 20% of our territories is occupied by Russia Federation, and because of this, we have IDPs. And we have the people who are living in the occupied territories who are our citizens without any right, and they even don't have the right of education in their own language. And besides of this, in Georgia, in our schools, there is in very high level the inclusive education. And we don't have the different schools for such kind of students, but we have, they are going with the usual children, usual students in school, and in such direction we are supporting them, and we are doing everything government, at this time I'm talking about the government, that supports them, and this integration process we are supporting, of course, and this really works because they are becoming so very different, because they have the friends who are so strong, and who they can play with them, and they can share with them with everything, and so on. But I would like to tell you, in Georgia, for example, we can even change the law for even one student, and I would like to tell you about one case which was in the last year. For example, students who are living in the occupied territories, they are applying to university without passing the national exams. And but in that occupied territories, there are no such kind of inclusive education, and they are not supporting them, of course, and the teachers are not as well allowed to help them. And because of this, through the last years, 2 or 3 years, they are leaving that place and coming to our to territories where we are, to our controlled territories in Georgia. And there was one case, the girl who needed inclusive education, and she could not get it there, and studying here in our territories, I mean that in controlled territories, she had to pass the exams and also had to pay for her education. And because just for that one girl, we have changed the law. We have changed the law in our parliament, that, and after these, all students who needed the who are in inclusive situation, and they are living in the occupied territories, and for this they don't have possibilities of getting there the inclusive education, and they leave that territories before graduating the school before 2 years. They can, as others, pass without the passing exams and without funding them. It was very interesting because a lot of children who are living there and who did not even walking to school, they began studying, and it was very supportive for them. I think that even only teachers could not do anything if government, if the state won't support, I think, because the teachers are doing everything, maybe in other countries as well as in our countries, but supporting the teachers, I think that it's the first and the biggest step for the next, because when the teachers are feeling that somebody are supporting, especially the government is supporting them, they are doing their best. And for this, I think that this support the inclusive education, first, we have to begin from teachers. We have to support them, and then they will do everything about this. And because besides this, also I think that, for example, from the charity organization, I can say that just one thing. We founded this charity organization for supporting also the education, and for also supporting their living during the education period. And now we have 2 students who are we supporting with, for example, we are saving money for them for their everyday life, and of course for studying as well. For example, we are renting for them the accommodation to live here in the capital of Georgia and to get good education. Okay, I think that it's all, and my time is over. Thank you very much for listening to me. God bless you. Wish you all the best.
Wow, excellent, my dear friend. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. You always is really wonderful. Excellent job. მიამაყები ძალიან დიდი მადლობა წარმატებები როგორც ყოველთვის შესანიშნავი იყავი ჩვენ სიამაყევ. And now congratulations, my dear friend, you deserve it well, really.
Thank you very much. It's very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Global Friends Club team.
Great, Nana, really great, Nana. What to say, Georgia has great teachers and great persons, and we are really honored to know you all here today. Now,
I could say that we have very hardworking teachers because they are studying more than their students sometimes, yes. I can make sure you.
Yes, you don't. Yes, you don't. I think also that we learn and study more than they, because we work 24 hours. And if we want to be educator of 21st century, first we need to be very innovative, very creative, a critical thinker, and have all the hard skills, soft skills.
And besides this,
because if we don't learn and if we don't work on that way, I think that the education will not grow, and it will be not because today this new generations need I can say in 1 hour of lesson they need almost all methods, and we need to change the methods. Bring a little gamification. Today, our great Rihanna showed the bouncy wakelet, and if we don't use digital technology and make also sometimes games, and our students and their attention would not be longer than 5 minutes. So we need we need them 45 minutes or hour their attention, and that is asking us to work very hard and to be very creative to make that and inspire them and motivate them. I think today from this session, all here on this platform and all who were watching and listening us on the Facebook, and also after the recording who will be listening, can learn a lot of new things, understand more this very important topic, inclusive education, the approaches, the new methods, because we really need new methods to give each our student attention, especially for our students who have disabilities and for our gift students. So I think that it is the main message that we need to continue work hard to bring the education to each one person, to all our students with special needs, and that is really special, because if we don't work on that way, I can say that we are not good educators. Only on that way we can say that we make something and that we bring changes and that we help our students, because we know that we are almost not only for them professors. We are there for many of them. We are parents, because we know that many students have divorced parents, live in not good conditions, not good social conditions, or almost without parents. So if we don't know a situation of each one of us, of one students, it is really hard and our mission will not be achieved. So
now, ladies and gentlemen, I share certificate Professor Nada Ratkovic. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Today Nada Ratkovic is 3 in 1. Yes. A moderator, a honorable guest, and a speaker.
Yes, three certificates from Global Friends.
3 certificates today, Inga. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm
Yes,
so
it
proud.
was.
And thank you so much. You always support us. Thank you. And of course, congratulations to founder Global Friends Club, Mr.
Yes. Mr. Waqas, because
he's really
yes, he's working always. Yes. And also we need to say that he left us because he don't have electricity now. And also we want to thank our great team behind the Global Friend Clubs, our great Inga, and our great
and of course Inga Chapidze. Yes, she's also very great. And Help Global Friends Club, and Maharjan. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
She's a very hardworking person. And my certificate, thank you so much.
Okay. Inga, you need to learn me how to read this long surnames. Like Kvaratskhelia. I need to practice that because they are so long.
Yes.
Okay, it will become such a famous surname now because we have so greatest footballer player. If you like football, I think that it will be one of the most popular football player in the future, and I think that it will be very popular surname in the future.
Yes, yes. You know, when I talk with my students and I ask them what they professor, the best thing is to meet a rich sportist. Like they all dreams about Ronaldinho and big names, because they know they on that way they can have life. And then I say, no, nothing that is not interesting. You need to learn, study. And then a great doctor, professor, scientist, he's more interesting because he can inspire you. What a man who plays only football, how can he inspire you? So that is a kind also of inspiration. Dear Inga,
dear Nada, I send the Zoom link, yes, from certificate, please.
Yes. You send in on the Facebook, I send here. So always we need to say goodbye. I'm really impressed, honored to be here today, host this great conference. I hope we appreciated each of us, of you great eminent speakers from all around the world, because we need to know what is happening in the different countries, and this kind of education, this kind of conferences bring us all together. So till the next conference, we will come soon, because our SMS and Global Friends Club loves to organize conference and to call speakers. So really soon we'll come with new conference. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Once again, let's pray for all the people in the Bangladesh, because our great founder is coming from Bangladesh, and all our great friends and people need to be we need to be with them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and congratulations everyone. Today is our birthday. Yes, really, I'm very
please open your camera. Where are you? Lali, Marina, MD, Muhammad, Jida. We need to see you a little. We need to see you. Please, Inga, a screenshot, a photo. Where are the people hide? Please.
خب کامل بیچافتم قدامیقت بالام ارتد فوتو.
Yes. Okay. So Inga, if you have something to say, or if our speakers have any question or something to say, the impressions. Not, we are for today finished. Yes.
Mr. Akkas not here, yes.
No, he.
Yes, he is probably, okay, no problem. Thank you very much. And congratulations, everyone.
Yes,
congratulations. Well done.
Yes, well done, and see you very soon in another conference, because you know almost of here are together every day. I think that we are all together every day.
Yes.
Like, you know, I don't see my neighbor every day.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Congratulations, everyone.
Bye.
Great job, really.
Bye-bye.
I'm so proud of you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.